video finds you well. For today, you'll need a couple of blankets, a couple of blocks, your belt, and if you happen to have one of those big exercise balls, or I know a couple of you have a yoga wheel. Let me show you. So either one of these, or I know at least a handful of you have these yoga wheels that can come in handy as well. All right, if you don't have either of those, it's not a problem. Okay, so get yourself situated in Virasana with whatever kind of height you need. And sit up nice and tall. Broaden your collarbones. Broaden the tops of the shoulder blades in the back. And so say these are your shoulder blades. Okay, we're broadening the tops of the shoulder blades and bringing the bottom points of the shoulder blades toward each other or toward the spine, right, without just excessively squeezing back like this, right? So it's not really the whole shoulder blade that moves like that, at least for what we want to do today. You want to get that spread and then that moving toward the spine, just down at the bottom points. And you can close your eyes and just focus on that for the moment. Notice your breathing. And feel where the back of your arms are. Right along where the triceps are. Move the triceps with the back of your arms slightly toward your body. And you'll feel that help, excuse me, you'll feel that help to broaden and open in the front of the shoulders. And then you can open your eyes, interlace your fingers behind you. Again, with that same idea of keeping the tops of the shoulder blades moving away from each other. Now what I'm doing is I just have my hands resting down by my hips, down by the buttocks. I'll show you from the back. And just like that. Sometimes I pull the hands away from the body. For today, we're not doing that. But you're just seeing how the shoulder blades and how the chest, how the collarbones respond to this position here. Okay, so the shoulders, if you take a peek to your sides here, they're probably back further than they usually are, right? Because typically we're over here, they're rolling forward a little bit. So just get to know just the different positions that you can take with the shoulder blades. I've switched the interlace of my fingers now, so you can do that. And it's like just Tadasana. It's just a Tadasana chest, but you have your fingers interlaced behind you. Right? Lift up your sternum, your breastbone. And then release your arms. And then just have the arms right down by your sides here. Just straight down by the sides. Keep the chest lifting. And then externally rotate your arms. Okay, so now the palms are attempting to face outward, but that action is coming from up here, from the shoulder joint. And the shoulder blades are in that same position. Bottoms of the shoulders, shoulder bones, shoulder blades moving toward each other. Tops of the shoulder blades spreading. Okay, and then just see what happens when you slowly take the arms up. Take the arms up. Now you feel a little spreading going on in the bottoms of the shoulder blades, and that's fine. You go up, and then you come down. So just a practice in awareness of the back body Okay, going up. Be present, go slow with what's going on in the shoulder blades as the arm bones move. The shoulder blades are not static things, right? We have a decent amount of movement in the scapula. If you want to imagine that you're holding weights, give yourself a little resistance. If you want to hold weights or something heavy, you can do that. Okay, but this whole time the arms are externally rotated. So there is a lifting up of this part here, okay? And it's easy to see because of what the palms are doing. Okay, if your palms are down, you can technically still be externally rotated, and sometimes we do that work, the work in the forearms here. But a lot of times, if we're unconscious about it, we turn the palms down and the shoulders roll forward, like this sort of thing, okay? And then you can come on out. And move your blanket, if you were using one. And just stretch one leg back to open up the back of the knees and get the ankle to be in the opposite position from Virasana. Okay, take your time with this. Go back and forth a couple of times. And then face this way. So you turn your inner arms forward. I'm externally rotating the upper arms again. And I'm contacting once again what's going on in the shoulder blades. Bottom points of the shoulder blades moving toward the spine. Tops of the shoulder blades spreading. You should feel a strong action as the shoulder blades support you here. Breathe. And then come down to hands and knees. And we'll do once again. It's almost as if, do you remember getting adjustments? You know, it's kind of sad to say, but remember when somebody would adjust you and they would roll your outer arms this way, right? Imagine that, like the deltoids, or even these guys up here, are even moving away from the collarbones. Okay, for those of you that never liked physical adjustments, well, you're in luck these days. So go back, roll those outer arms away from each other so you feel the shoulder blades pressing into your back even more. The neck should feel free. And then come down. All right. So come up to stand. And take Tadasana. You can have your feet a little bit apart. Roll the shoulders back again. Bottom points moving toward each other, tops broadening. And then go ahead, externally rotate your arms again. This time, take them out to the sides just like this. Okay, so we're going to come into Vimanasana with the palms turned up. You can jump if you'd like. Okay, you take the legs wide, turn your left toes in pretty deeply, and turn the left heel out. And now, oh, I'm just a little too close to the wall. Okay, you probably have to make those adjustments too. Okay, so I go nice and wide, and in addition to what's going on with the arms and the shoulder blades here, come to an awareness of what's happening in the back leg. Press down as much as you can, the back heel, and keep this open by lifting up. And this hip flexor area here, you may already feel a stretch. Keep that open as you bend the front leg. Keep that open as you bend the front leg. And inhale, come up. Turn your feet forward. If you're exhausted, take your arms down. If you can hold them up to get a little extra workout. Now, the more you externally rotate your arms, the more that the triceps are going to kick in here. Okay, so some of us would like that to happen. Okay, so I turn the other way. I go nice and long in my distance, in my stance here. And again, now keep this open by pushing down the back heel and lifting up. You've heard this many times before, lifting up the inner ankle bone of the back foot. And then bend. Keep the arms slightly back. Slightly back. Feel those shoulder blades pressing. Inhale, come up. You turn your feet forward and give your arms a rest. You can let them swing. Bring the legs closer together. Okay. Starting similarly, take your arms up, externally rotate them, and now bring the arms all the way up. But try not to lose that, that connection of the shoulder blades. So if you look at it, this is the same exact position that we're in downward dog, okay, with the shoulder blades pressing. So keep that in mind. Take your legs wide. Turn your left toes in, the right leg out. And go ahead. Bend your front leg. Keep an awareness in the back heel. So hard to keep the outer edge of the foot down, but you do your best. The inner ankle bone lifting. Come up. Second side. Arms up if you can keep them there. Triceps gripping onto the bones. Press your right heel down. Keep the collarbones as broad as you can. And then up. And bring the legs closer together. And let the arms relax. Okay. So warrior two. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale, raise your raise your arms up, excuse me. Okay. Same action with the arms. Imagine you're holding 2 bowls of soup. Bowl of soup in each hand, and you don't want to lose your soup, right? So turn your left toes in, your right leg out. Virabhadrasana 2. And then look at the bowl of soup in your right hand. Turn your head back, come back to center. Second side. So again, it's a little bit different, but you still get a stretch in this front groin here if you keep the activity going on in the back foot and leg. Inhale, come up, turn your feet, roll the shoulders back, legs are still wide, Prasarita Padottanasana, come forward, take the arms forward like dog pose, same action in the arms, same action in the shoulder blades. And then inhale, lift your head. You'll toe your feet in. You can keep your hands on the floor. I'm in Uttanasana now. Elbows are bent and out to the sides. Let the shoulder blades do what they want. Let them just relax and come up by your ears. Release your neck. But do keep the legs active. And then bring your hands to your hips. Inhale and come up. Okay, so now you can use a wall if you would like for this. A little bit of balance, not much. But so you're going to bend one leg. Let's bend the right leg. And I'm just pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. Not really trying to move my torso much. Okay, I do my best to keep lift in the pelvic floor. You feel the buttocks engage. You'll feel the hamstrings engage. And just pump back. And then second side. Starting in Tadasana, you bend the leg, go back, back. And then release. Okay. Now you're going to take your blanket once again. Put the blanket up against a wall or something, or a couch or something. You're going to take your block and we're going to come to Ustrasana. Okay, so I'm going up against the wall pretty close, and I have the block between my feet. Okay, the block is touching the ball mound of each foot and the heel, if you can get it. Everybody's feet are a different length. Okay, so I go down here. I'm lifting up in the front body. Take your hands to the buttocks, roll the shoulders back. Don't press your belly into the wall. Arc back as you keep your thighs at the wall. Press down with your shins, your feet. Do a few arcs back, using your breath. And now externally rotate your arms, same as before. Press your feet, your legs. Go back, and back. One more time, back. Inhale, come up. Take your arms up the wall. I know you feel your thighs at this point. And then bring your hands to your buttocks again. Arc back. Either stay here with this arcing back with your hands on your butt, or go to your heels. Thighs came off the wall a little bit. Don't worry about that. Keep pushing them forward. Then inhale, come up. Have a well-deserved seat. If my thighs are burning, yours are probably burning too. Okay. And then you can take that out and just sit back in child's pose. Let your lower back be broad. And just use this as a little recovery. And then walk your hands back. Come on up. All right. So now is when the ball would come in handy, if you have one. Okay. So let's see. What I'm going to do first is, let's do this one first. Okay. It may want to go away from you. So you have to kind of catch it with your legs. Okay, so here I am, and at first I just have the calves here, and I work at keeping the legs nice and firm and straight. And you see how I'm working the ball away from me a little bit? So now my heels are on it, the calves are on it, but not my knees. And my ball, it's pretty squishy. It actually needs to be inflated a little bit. So depending on the firmness there, it actually makes it a little more challenging the more squishy it is, because you're working more of the stabilizer muscles. Okay, so I open my chest, and again, same thing with the shoulder blades. Tops of the shoulder blades broad, bottom points moving toward each other, and I press down, and I lift up. Okay, so this is like a bridge pose. And I'm not pushing up with my belly. I am rolling my inner thighs down. So come on down. Where do back bends fall apart? Sometimes back bends can fall apart, or poses like this can fall apart when you let your legs start to flop out to the sides, because then there's no strength there. The back body needs to be strong. That's really what we're working on today. So keep the back of your hamstrings facing the floor, okay? Try not to let the sides of your legs face the floor, okay? Get your shoulder blades in place again, and go ahead and lift. You can see what's going on, or feel what's going on in the belly by gently placing your hands. Belly should not be puffed up toward the ceiling. And then release. Okay, we're going to go a little bit further into a sort of a Chatushpadasana on the ball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the ball in toward me as I go up, or after I go up. Make sure you're breathing. Roll it in and roll it out. Feel your hamstrings and a lot of other stuff. Roll it in and roll it out. Try to keep the height, or as much height as you can, in the buttocks when you do that. Roll it in. Shaky. Roll it out. Take a rest. Little recovery breath. Okay, we'll do one more set of those. I think that's the first time I've ever used that word, because I'm not a fitness person. But okay, we'll do one more. We'll do a few more. All right, so lift up your tush. See that you're not pushing your belly up. See that the shoulder blades are still involved. Pressing down the back of the arms can help with that. And go ahead, bring the ball in. Lift the buttocks. Bring it out. Bring it in. Ooh, shaky. Bring it out. Last time in. And out. And lower down. Okay. And just bring your legs to the outsides of the ball. Let your feet relax. And then bend your legs. Roll to your side. And come up. Okay. So, Dvipada using a ball. Okay, be careful, all right? Don't want any phone calls after this. Okay, so I lie back. You can take your hands to your head. If you don't feel stable doing this, please skip it. So the head is going back. The arms are back. The arms and the shoulder blades are still involved here. Okay, so I'm able to touch the floor. You may or may not be. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll a little bit. If you can get the hands into more of this Urdhva Dhanurasana position, you can do that with the palms flat on the floor, and I'm rolling up and down the spine. further the ball goes toward my sacrum, the more the legs straighten, and the more the hip flexors open. I even lift my heels a little bit when I go in that direction. Now, if you're stretchy enough, your head may touch the floor, like mine. That is fine. Okay, so see that the elbows are moving in toward each other, that the back of the neck is long, and this is your Dvipada for today. And then you come up, let the arms go wide, find the floor with your buttocks, and you end up in Sukhasana. Okay, so I know some of you watch the video first and then do it, which I guess is kind of smart because you get to see what I'm doing and get prepared for it. You know, if you don't have a ball but you have a chair, or you even have a couch or just a bed or something that you can just hang off of and get that back bend position. However you can do that is really what we're looking for. I think more people have these exercise balls than have the Iyengar chairs, the backless chairs. So however you can figure it out, you get yourself into a back bend. Okay, so now you're going to do a gentle twist to your right and your left. You know, stuff doesn't have to really even have a name. To the right, I mean, there's these beautiful classic asanas that we see pictures of, the poses in Light on Yoga, the classic poses, right? And they're beautiful, they're aesthetically beautiful, they're energetically beautiful. But even if you do something, come back to center, and it doesn't really have, you know, a name, but it has a shape, it has a sense of direction. Keep twisting. Right? It's like your project, your art. And just loosening the spine every day and strengthening. Like all of that work that we just did was very strengthening for the back body, from everything from your shoulder blades to your butt to your hamstrings. Keep going. Back to center. Marichasana 1. Bend your right leg. Turn. If you can, come forward. If you can, you wrap. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Second side. Bend your left leg. Turn. So there's different stages of all of these things. Come forward. I'm pushing with this hand a little bit to help me to move forward. And I'm keeping a broadness now in my lower back, which is a smart thing to do after you do some back bends. Even though the back bends were fairly gentle, I'm going to keep the lower back open. And then wrap if you can. Come out. Okay. Swing your legs over toward your right. Okay, for Bhargavajrasana. If this is not a comfortable position for you with the feet off to the side like this and you feel kind of scrunched up or there's a knee sticking up in the air, you can take a block, sit up on it if it makes it more doable for you. Okay? So Bhargavajrasana. And then second side. If you have a knee that won't cooperate, you straighten the leg. If you have both knees that won't cooperate, you straighten both legs. So it's more important that you just get the twist. Come back to center. Okay. Baddha Konasana. Okay, lift up. Bring the legs down toward the floor. Figure out what your appropriate hand position is for today. And again, broaden your lower back. Come forward a bit. Inhale, come up. Stretch your legs out. Okay, come and take your belt. Find your belt. And just rest for a second with your feet on the floor and your legs bent. And what you're going to do with your belt is you're going to take the belt on the feet here, and I'm going to wrap, so that the hands don't have to do so much work. Obviously they have to do a little bit of work, but I just wrap so that the arms are kind of rested, and I'm just letting gravity do its thing here. So lower back is nice and broad. The buttocks is up off the floor a little tiny bit. Okay, if your hamstrings will allow that. If your hamstrings won't allow, and you need to be down here, that is perfectly fine. Or if you need to be at a wall, that's fine too. Okay, so I'm not over activating my legs. Back of the thighs broad. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slip your left foot out. Keep the hands in this position. Keep your left foot on the floor with the leg bent. And just bring the leg toward you. Elbows can bend out to the sides so that the collarbones are still broad. Let the shoulder blades spread now from the top even all the way down to the bottom. And now just opening up the hamstrings after having worked them a bit today. Switch your legs. Bring your right foot to the floor. Reach back. Legs are bending a little bit. It's all right. Use your breath. Okay, both feet back in. Reach up. And now just nice and easy. Pull the legs back. Your knees might end up bending a little bit like mine are. Hamstrings are feeling a little tight today. So what I'm getting at is just a massage in the lower and middle back. Almost like doing the rolling, but without the oomph. For those of you that know Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana 2, it's almost like a little step toward that. So keep going. If it's too much and you need to keep doing one leg at a time, that's okay. Or if your legs are up the wall, that's fine too. Okay, one more. And then release. Bend your legs. Bring them down. Okay. And now let your knees just fall over to the side. Either side, your feet can cross, it's fine. Now, whatever side your knees are on, bring the opposite arm up by your ear. Still on the floor if you can. So you get a nice stretch through this whole side as my left side. And then bring that arm back down, knees back up, knees over to the other side. Feet can cross. Reach the arm up. Open up that whole side. Almost a variation on Jatara Parivartanasana. And come up. Bring the arms down by your sides. Bring the knees in toward the chest. Roll onto your side. And push yourself up into another Adho Mukha Virasana. Breathe into your back. Inhale, lift your head. Take your left arm, thread it through underneath your right arm. And you can, if you can reach, let the right forearm go to the floor. The hips come up a little bit. And then second side. And then make your way up just to get yourself even. And we're going to Parshva over to one side. And Parshva to the other side. And come back to center. Now, if you happen to be one of the people that has an exercise ball, go back and grab that for one more thing. Okay. So the opposite, kind of the opposite of what you did before. Wow, this is cold. Come forward and just let yourself hang. Okay, so lower back is open. The ball kind of moves with you as you breathe, so that's nice. Otherwise, if you don't have the ball, you can just keep doing Adho Mukha Virasana. Few breaths. And then come on out. And you can rest in Supta Baddha Konasana. I'm going to take my belt. Make a loop. If you need support under your thighs for Supta Baddha Konasana, you can have that. Put the big loop around. Goes down by the sacrum. Goes over the feet. Use your hands to guide yourself back. And come to the forearms. Okay, so it's a gentle way down. Relax your belly. Relax your arms, relax your legs. And feel the movement of the breath. Feel the weight of the body on the floor. With each exhalation, relaxing more and more. And you can just gently open your eyes. And as gently as possible, bring your feet out. And come out of your belt. Straighten the legs for just a moment, just to open the knees. And then bend your legs. Roll over. Pause. Take a nice deep breath. And then go ahead and push yourself up. Sit any way that you're comfortable. Sit for a moment with your eyes closed. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Enjoy your day, everybody. Namaste.